Welcome everyone to Politically High Tech with your host Elias. This is going to be a AI oriented episode. You know I like AI. Yes, I like AI. I am pro AI, even though I am aware of its great potential and some of its more detrimental potential. Despite that, I think technological evolution is overall a good thing. It's overall a good thing. Is it bad things going to happen? Is disruptions going to happen? Yes, it's always happened. And this is not the first time as a human species we've been through this. We went through this with Industrial Revolution. We went through this, during even the Bronze Ages, the medieval ages. It causes crazy disruption. But we in a more technological, digitized evolution. That's the only difference. But it's still a major change nonetheless. Are some jobs are going to come obsolete? Yeah. I'll be lying to you if I say they're not. But there'll be new opportunities. Even some of them that could get you more money if you align yourself properly. And this is why I say to people, before I introduce a guest, I'm going to say this again. Learn AI or your career dies. If you want to keep your job, you got to learn some of AI, okay? I'm not saying AI is not going to replace everyone. Look, something like a therapist or even customer service, you don't have much to worry about because it's so human centric that AI can only fulfill the basic functions unless it advances really. And if it advances really quickly, which it does have the potential to do so, then you should worry about it. But as of now, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I still think humans are going to be needed in a lot of those human-centric type of jobs. So before I get into this, we're going to be talking about AI trends and even what makes a good AI product as opposed to a stupid or bad AI product. Okay, so let's welcome Naveen. He is the AI architect of Microsoft. Yes, it's a big deal. He's not just a small business guy. He's working for, what Microsoft is. If you don't, please Google it. Let AI tell you what Microsoft is, okay? Because I am not going to do that. Maybe he's willing to do that, but I am not willing to do that. I want him to talk about his expertise and use his time more greatly, okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, welcome, Naveen. Introduce yourself. What do you want our listeners and viewers to know about you?
Yeah, sure. Hi. Thank you, Elias, for inviting me for Politically High Tech podcast. And it's a very great opportunity to interact with your audience and then help them and understand what what they see and how AI can help them. So that's a very fantastic opportunity. I see this as a very fantastic opportunity. Thank you. And yeah, so me, Naveen Krishnan, got 16 years of experience with industries. I worked for several enterprises like Morgan Stanley, PepsiCo, JPMC, and other stuff yeah, recently joined Microsoft in 2021, and I started working on cloud solutions, designing for enterprises. Then again, I just got into AI. It's all completely my interest. So I learned AI and I did a lot of certifications around Microsoft AI solutions, and that brought me here. And I've been working with AI for the last 1.5 years now, and it's very tremendous job what I do every day. So every day I start with AI and then I end it with AI. I've used a lot of tools and I use a lot of solutions and I design a lot of customer problems. I've solved several customer problems and I design solutions for them around AI. Yeah, that's what about me.
Okay, you hear that? So he has a lot of knowledge. So comment section, instead of just using your hate or expose your stupidity, ask some thoughtful questions. Ask. You never know. It might be answered. Just I certainly don't know everything about AI. I would say my AI knowledge is a little bit higher than a normal person. It's definitely not higher than the V's. If I'm saying that, I'm simply lying to you. If I say any statement that's, oh, I know more than the V, you know I'm lying. I'm lying. Okay, I just say I'm barely an intermediate in AI. I'm just being brutally honest. All right, so what? So I'm just gonna start this off with this question. What are the latest AI trends that are going on right now that has caught your attention?
Yeah, so latest trends in the sense it's all started with just chat, right? You ask it some question and it can take your question and it see the question in like our human eyes. Maybe we can see two-dimensional or three-dimensional. Maybe worst case if you wear some special glasses, but it sees you in 1526 dimensions of what you asked, and those asks are now related with other parameters what is like sitting around there, and then it kind of generates you the special answer for you. So that's what it started about. You used to chat and then you ask question, and we used to start playing with it like last year, 1 year back when ChatGPT was introduced, right? So that's the era. That's when it started. And the trend, how it is moving towards is we can see AI infusement in each and every product or each and every solutions what we use in our day-to-day job, right? For example, let's say, right, when I start my job, I see my email and it kind of tells me which is very important to me and which is the one which I need to respond early, and how do I respond? Right? Be it maybe coming from a customer who is at sea level, and how do I respond back? I can't just say, "Hey, how are you? I'm good." It's not the way of writing to a CEO of a different company, right? So I have to be those email has to be written in a very nice manner and very impressive manner. So that's going to bring a lot of deals for us, right? So AI helps me to write those types of email. I kind of tell it like, this is what I need. This is what I want to answer in just a normal language, and then it converts. It reads customer email, the CEO's email, and then it kind of frames a beautiful response so that I can just review it and then send it. If I were to sit and then I do the job, and it takes me at least 10 to 15 minutes to frame that wonderful email without any mistakes. So that's that's a place where I start daily. And when you start working on different customer solutions, and every day I meet at least around 3 to 5 customers, and I hear their problem, I hear their pain points, and we are addressing them with AI, with the help of AI. And so every problem what I hear daily is not just a simple problem what we see in our day-to-day life. So they have been doing that manual work for years now, like 15 years, 20 years. This has been done manually. A lot of fat fingers and a lot of mistakes, and they had to pay for those mistakes and for fines and everything. So we had to come up with something solid which can do all this, and people still uh, who is in that position should review this and then accept it. It's not like taking out of those 500 people who is doing that job, right? It makes those 500 people jobs more efficient and then more error free, error prone something. So the final product what you get is something solid. So that's one piece of it. And so this is how I see the trend, and it's what we are seeing now. It's just 2 or 3%. Right? There are a lot more to come. Every day I see a different thing. So today we were doing chat with the data whatever we have. Right, enterprise can have several policies, several documentation, and each employee doesn't need to remember those policies and things like that. So they have to go in, open the document, and then read that. So 6 months back, we were doing chat based. So the employee can ask that in a chat, and then it can answer it. But today morning, I kind of worked on a solution for a customer, like which where you ask question and it responds back. You don't have to type or you don't have to read. You just say and hear back. So that's an advancement what I saw in within 6 months. So for the same product what I have been using. So that trend you say, the way how it's going to make life lot better, easy, and yeah.
Yep. So you're not going to hear him attack AI, just like some of the experts have. Look, I welcome all camps here, the positive camp, the negative camp, and the people who are in between. I'm definitely leaning on the positive, with sometimes having a little negative, thinking about it at times. But just to repeat it, feel free to correct me here, because you said a lot of wonderful things. So you definitely said efficiency helps you prioritize what you need to respond and how to respond to your email, and how you get an answer much quickly just by simply typing what you need help with, which I agree with. I mean, that's AI's strength. It sees what's relevant. It's seeing what type of emails to respond to much quicker, as opposed to I don't know, a little coworker just say, "Hey, let's hang out, let's go to lunch," as opposed to a boss saying, "Oh, how can you make this? Can you figure out this large data for me? Tell me the story that's going on here so I can present this to the stakeholders." Something like that. It's probably a very normal example. A lot of workers can relate with that. No, for the most part, AI is a great tool, and the thing I like to emphasize to my listeners here, he knows this, so I'm not telling him this. ChatGPT did not create AI. They made it open. They just made it more accessible to everybody. That's their major innovation slash revolution. That's huge. Okay, before AI was just used in video games and social media chat, only certain people had access to those tools. But AI just made it very open and public. That's why it's called Open AI, right? ChatGPT, hence the name. So just remember that, because some people just think, oh, this AI thing just popped up since pandemic or a little before that. No,
Yeah.
it's been around much longer than that.
Yeah.
And as a historian, I can say that with confidence. I do study history, so I had to look at the history of AI just to make sure I'm not getting caught up with the trend. Just because it's popular, just because a lot of people believe it, doesn't make it correct. And it's hard to be the smart minority in the numerical sense, because I was, oh no, they did it. No, okay, they just made it open, which is a big achievement. Not to take it away from them, it's a big achievement. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But the AI trends, yeah, those are good ones. Correct me here, but based on what I've seen on the customer side of things, that's one that seems to interest me for some reason. Is very good at answering basic, very easy troubleshooting questions that you don't need a human involvement. And the AI is smart enough just to refer customer to human being when it's too complicated or it's not ready to take on that particular problem that the customer has. And I'm saying this is because humans are still needed. Increase your skill, because you're going to be needed to deal with more complicated stuff. Not something that's easy and boring. Update your skill. That's my call to you. Update your skill. And that's what I'm doing too. Because I feel like I was a little behind, but I like using AI. It's fun. For me, it's fun. Do I know as much as Naveen? No, absolutely not. But for me, it's fun, and you learn from it. And you got to be careful with your prompts too, because think of it as communicating with a human being in a sense. If you gave it such ambiguous prompts, you're going to get weird results. If you just say a superhero robot, for example, instead of giving details, okay, I want this to have the Superman haircut with a Batman voice, or it looks like Wonder Woman somehow. You gotta be more descriptive. Well, don't use Wonder Woman. Just say a Slender Woman, or for example, okay? Because some AI will detect that, and this is the evolution I've noticed. Because before, AI would have just generated copyrighted stuff, and that brought some lawsuits already. That's the evolution I've seen. And yeah, and of course updates need to be changed so like that they won't um gather copyrighted material by accident, okay, or cause those extra lawsuits. That's what I've noticed. And I mean, there's AI used for so much stuff. Okay, some is as silly as and I said this off camera, as creating your version of a high school photo, your graduation photo, something as silly as that. It into something as amazing as Sora AI. When you type your text, it brings you this beautiful 3D imagery, almost like a movie. Something amazing is that. Something is silly to something amazing. I mean, not all AI is made equal. I know it sounds harsh. Not all AI is made equal. I'm sure you could agree with me there. And some, there's some like Doom GPT. I don't like that. That's like the evil AI trying to expose how to wipe out humanity, which I think that's crazy. I think it's quite foolish. But someone already made it. That's just, exposes humanity. The good, the bad, the silly, the ugly. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to stop yapping here. I wanted Naveen to talk. Well, I don't feel like I'm taking over this conversation. Anything else you want to add to the AI trends? I know you could go on that about
Yeah,
that.
if you ask me, like I can tell like each and every solutions and each and every area like where these trends are going towards, right? So be it retail, in last 2 3 years back, we don't know. Maybe I don't know how we collected all this data. So a retail store knows when Naveen is going to come and what he's going to buy. And should I put a lot of discounts so that Naveen can buy this 2 packets? The last time he bought 1 packet. Why should not I tempt him to buy two? So buy one get one 50% off. So these types, right? Just a simple retail thing. What I just spoke, like you have the car driving for you now, and so I don't know where that gonna end. So it's an I see that as very good innovation because it's driving today, like out of 2%, 3% car that has got that capability, and it may do some mistakes because rest 97, 98% are all humans who are driving that, right? So there are possibilities, but yeah, think of one day if 98, 99% of all driven automatically, then there won't be any mistakes because they are going to communicate each other, and there won't be any flaws or any mistakes on the roads. So in each and every, be it aerospace or be it anywhere, right? The trend, what you see here, even be it in your day-to-day job. Right? So the word document, if you wanted to create a royalty document, or if you wanted to create one of my friend is lawyer, right? He uses for writing some judiciary documents and things like that from legal stuffs. He uses in ChatGPT for some legal stuffs, and people talk about hallucinations, but I have never seen. Personally, I have not seen any hallucinations at my side. Whatever I have been doing daily or wherever I have been using it daily, but that's where human intervention is needed, right? It can't do everything by itself. So where you will just jump in and then try to fix something here and there, and then it's going to make your life simple today. That's what the AI is for today, but it can get better in a lot more days to come. So we'll have to wait for that at least like 2 or 3 years. Let it learn, and then let this lot many innovations may come in the future. Right? Be it agents, like the AI can be an agent, lot of agents. If you wanted to do this work, you hire this agent. If you wanted to do this, you hire that agent. So that agent can help you summarize email. That agent can help you read this text to speech, and those going to be the future. For example, what I see. So maybe next 5 years we won't be talking here. So we'll be like talking in not in front of the camera and the laptop. We'll be just seeing somewhere talking virtually, and then we interact. So that's where our world is going towards. So, yeah, we have to wait.
Yeah, and there'll be more AI hosting podcasts as well. That's gonna look as real, talk like me. I mean, it's already happening in such a small scale already. I mean, the AI evolution expected in months, not years.
Not years.
Months. And I'm not saying it'd be dramatic. It's, few months from now, we're going to have a major innovation. Just text to video. I mean, a few years ago, we wouldn't even think that was possible. Look where we're at now. And I already had a debate with my friend. I just don't think AI is going to advance things very quickly. Oh, no, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. This is a very innovative thing. It's using large data that's already been put on the internet. I think this is when AI's true capability. It generates great, sometimes stupid stuff. Let's be clear. With large data, and trust me, I don't think a human brain could process large data unless you're willing to sit and study that data for hours just to come up with a somewhat of a decent summarization. Just like you said before, or even think about the blind spots and what's good about this data, what's not so good about this data, and biases and all that. AI has a way of how to summarize and create beautiful stuff based on massive data we already have dumped on the clouds and on the internet. So that's AI's wonderful achievement. Okay. And there's no taking away from that. No, for sure. I think this is why I think data scientists is, it's definitely a need, even more than the data analyst. Data analysts is becoming more obsolete because AI is doing that part. Data scientists is like step high. You are collaborating with AI just to make sure AI is following protocol or catching AI on mistakes that are so insane that if you didn't catch it, other coworkers and your superiors are going to think you're really careless or stupid. AI will make mistakes from time to time. It's going to happen. It's based on human computation, data, and influence, and that has flaws in it already. So, will AI correct some of those flaws? Human? Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, that's an easy yes answer. But it's not going to correct everything, and AI is learning. It's a learning tool, so it's getting better and better and better. It's getting better faster than average human being. Their learning capacity. So I get what the fear is coming from, but I think it's good. I think AI, for most part, I think it's a good tool. And check out my previous episode 245 on my thoughts about AI growing. I gave you the pros and the cons of that. Okay, just be fair and balanced. This is 248. This is episode 248. Okay. I should have said that earlier, but hey, I'm human. I'm not AI. At least not yet. Um, when I become AI, I will put the label. I'll be responsible. I'll put the label. Okay. And and there's an AI tool I want to discuss real quick that popped in my mind that I don't want to use it because I feel like it's cheating. That I could make myself look like I am perfectly looking at the camera, even though I'm just looking this way or that way, not even paying attention to you. I'm just talking this way, looking at my TV, and yet the AI has manipulated my face just to look perfectly in the camera. Those tools already exist. This is not fantasy. Go check Descript. Definitely a plug in the product that I don't even support. Descript does that. Does it do it well all the time? No. I want to get his expertise here. So, anything else you want to add before I switch the subject?
No, I'm done with this. So, yeah, we can talk about the next.
Okay. Well, you got your trends right there. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. AI is ever changing. By the time this episode is out, I won't be surprised 10% of it is already obsolete. That's how fast AI is advancing. AI is advancing such a rate that I think it even overwhelms human intellect and adaptability. I think that's a fair statement. All right, so I already touched on this a little bit, but how would you evaluate the worthiness of the AI product? I already said, for example, the silliness of just making your face that generates a high school graduation photo, which is silly and fun, to something like Sora, which you put your text prompts and it creates such beautiful, beautiful 3D lifelike videos, which to me that's far more better than the silly app I just mentioned. I mean, in your honest opinion, what makes one product more valuable than the other one that uses it?
Yeah, sure. It's a good question. So how how I see this as like so how far it can take my uh, how far it can take me towards the goal what I need to achieve, right? That's where I see that's how I evaluate a product. For example, I took if you take my I don't want to again get into the day-to-day job. So recently, I just started doing Instagram Reels, and so those Instagram Reels are it's very hard for me to edit over the phone and then create a reel out of it and then add a lot of it's all about AI. I'm just going to talk about AI in that reel, like how we can help content creators or how AI can help the developers and what AI is trending. So that's all about the reels what I create. And when you create a reel from directly from the Instagram, it's not that easy or that comfortable for you to do that job, right? So instead, I tried a couple of other things like Canva and uh, I tried two other tools, but I'm not comfortable with that. Even I don't remember the name, what it is. But when I used Canva, it was like very useful. It does more than what I need. So that's what I look for actually. So I started using Canva with certain mindset, right? Like I want the output to be like that. And the time I can spend is like 30 minutes, 45 minutes I can spend for a reel to edit it, do the video, do the background, and choose the right background for them for my video, and how long a page should stay, and how long it takes back. So when I just fed in what I need, when I told that Canva, like, I need this, and can you do it for me? And within like 20 seconds it took, and then it kind of gave a very nice, elegant background. And so it, it didn't stop there. It gave me two other frames as well. If you can choose this, or otherwise you can choose these two. So it gave me options, which is fantastic. First of all, because it didn't force me to use one. It gave me option. It also have an option for me to, if I don't like all three of this, I can go ahead and create something new. And it says me your content, whatever you gave, it's not very impressive. So can we switch your content to this? Can I write like this? This statement what you have written is not very impressive. It won't bring in a lot of views, or it won't bring in a lot of tractions. So can we change it this way without changing the meaning of the sentence? So I said yes, go ahead and change it. And when and it says like there are five audios which suits you the best, but I would recommend using this. And I okay, for this I'll go with whatever you said. So I then chose that video and chose that audio, and then I prepared a video out of it. And when I uploaded, before uploading the video, I just saw a preview of it, and I thought I just started doing reels, and this is my second or third reel. And the first time I used Canvas, and this reel looks like an expert who does the product review. Like there, I have seen a lot of reels, and then that impresses me a lot. And what I developed and what it gave me, it's far better than what I thought it was better. Right, so which is very amazing. So those types of tools, I would strongly recommend you to first don't take your card out. So first immediately, so first start checking what this tool can do, and you compare it with lot other tools, whatever you have, right? Even you can ask ChatGPT, like I have Canva. If you do versus, and it can list all the tools what's available, which is related to Canva, and then you can ask it to pick which one is the best one for my use case. I wanted to do technology related reels, and which is best. I'm not doing anything food, or I'm not doing anything best. Right? Pick me the right tool. It gave me Canva, and I now got a lot of views in my thing. My followers are increasing within a week. So I did last Monday. I now see 190, 200 views for just one reel. So which is fantastic. That's what I would recommend you as well. So
Oh, that really answers the question beautifully. Gary gives me an idea how we will evaluate the worthiness of the product. You already said how useful it is, how it gave me to my goal with options and beating your expectation. And another thing you add, which I think really touches with customers really well, is something easy and comfortable. I think that's a big, big deal because for me, to be honest, some AI tools, they are not the easiest. and I definitely don't feel comfortable using them. And some of them are just too pricey, overly priced in my opinion. Some I pay for if I think they really do a good job. Like me personally, if I want to do like AI videos, I think it's gonna really, really do well generating a bunch of beautiful high image photos, and the minimum quality I accept is 1080p. 1080, that's a minimum. I'll go to 4K eventually. Donate, people, donate. If you want me to see go for using 4K images faster, okay? Your donations would mean a lot. But in video was really good because it generates photos and it even gives me the ability to edit it if I don't like something. So it gave me repetitive images. I was like, okay, all right, that was a little repetitive. That one doesn't make sense. Weather, no, I'm not talking about weather as in the climate. I'm talking about whether or not between two choices. It misinterpreted as a weather. I get the confusion, so I corrected that. But it was a great tool, and it used my voice. I let it use my voice to say everything. And I was amazed. I could make myself sound like I know 10 languages. I could speak French with AI. I could speak Urdu, or even what's the other one? Hindi and Farsi, Yoruba. I can make myself sound like I know a lot of languages. It's not true. If you see me speaking French, it's AI generated. I'm just telling you right now. I
And
want to
I
learn the language, but as of now, the AI version of me already mastered the language. I got to catch up to it. Okay. But just to summarize your point, yeah, I, I think that's a very reasonable answer. It's a tool that could get you there, and with options. Another thing I want to point out, I love when it gives me more than one option. So just saying, okay, here you go, done. It's nice, but it would be nice if we come up with other ideas like Canva. I think that Canva's a beautiful one. I think Canva is the number one AI design tool, period. I mean, there's no arguing against that. You want to argue against it, do the comment section. If you're crazy, go argue against Canva, or support Canva if you're smart. Support Canva, support Canva.
and it's not a paid promotion or something. So, it just came to my mind because I recently
Yep.
used the tool and it wowed me. So I just want to take that one example here. Apart from that, I don't have anything other. And one thing, what you said, right? If recently saw a tool which kind of identifies whether the image what you see it's AI generated or is it the real image. So I think there is a tool which can do that, and that is something proprietary which is coming out soon, and you can wait for that. Yeah, I recently tried one that I just got a LinkedIn post and then I asked to try. So I tried that and it kind of tells which is AI generated and which is a real image. So things are coming more towards the content as well, like how whether this content is AI generated. Even I have seen people writing some blogs which is AI generated, right? So those things are now put in place. Those controls are now put in place where the tool can tell whether it's AI generated or it's human written. So as technology evolve, the guardrails and things like that are put in place so that people don't misuse or people use that for uh, to make sure that it is the right source. It's coming from the right source.
Yeah, you're talking about, of course, the legal safeguards and even ethical use of AI, which is very important. It's not the first time I tackled this because it's already been used to do some bad things. I mean, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it because I want to keep this mostly positive AI. But it does automate some spam and fraud. Just like automate good, efficiency. It can also automate bad efficiency. It goes by the user. So just be alert of that. And I'm just gonna repeat this one example, just a very quick version of it. That one of my tech savvy nephews fell for an AI scam because it copied his older brother's voice perfectly. It says, "Give me my money," and all of that. So be careful. If it's something feels strange to you, it's most likely strange. Confirm it with the person you know. Because if he says, "Oh yeah, I didn't know, I didn't do that, I asked you for that," then it's a good chance that it's a lie, and they will take your information. You don't need to have a lot of money, and that's one misconception that one previous guest said, which is a good point. They just need information just to use as a cover, or just to take something from you and just a hack, and just they just want to use you as the blamed person for their evil crimes. So be very careful with information. That's all I want to say about that. I'm not going to make this point very, very long because I already talked about this twice. So that's all I'm going to say. Just be careful with that. Even though it's good with AI, there's sadly some bad with AI because it's a reflection of the user at the end of the day, or the creator. That's my point of view of AI. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good. Elias.
Okay. So I think we could touch this. I mean, briefly. Since you work with Microsoft, and probably just give us a little inside information. I mean, look, I'm not gonna have you get fired or anything. If you don't want to reveal it, it's fine. My only question I have is, what is Microsoft doing different with AI that will separate themselves or even make themselves better than the other competitors like Google or other tech giants like Facebook?
So yeah, what I think personally is so first of all, I wanted to answer this. So whatever the level of information what you have in terms of AI or in terms of other things, right? Like how what other AI tools are available and what's the roadmap. I have the same level of information as like you, and since I work for Microsoft, I don't get privilege of having any other extra additional details which is currently available to public. So that's not possible at all. That's one thing, and the second thing is, yeah. So how it differentiates is what I think is it's coming out for uh, for the betterment of the users, right? Be it Microsoft thinking the way how it benefits the people, and how what will be more helpful, and what can do what can help make people do better from today what they are doing, right? So I think the view or the vision, how they see this AI, and how it's any other companies, right? It's possible by this time to break all the loopholes and then get something out which is very big and which can earn them plenty of money. So there are ways, but Microsoft is taking every step slowly and steadily without with a lot of things into consideration, be it safety, be it security, or anything, right? Considering all those aspects of things, and it's taking steps gradually, and it's trying to reach people, trying to make this product reach people, and even though you try to misuse it, it's not going to harm anyone else, right? So the vision or view how they build product or how they build solutions is what it's taking them up and above. So and it kind of the trust, what the company that runs on trust, right? So first, the very first step is this, and then the selling part. So it's not about making money. It's about everyone in the universe should have uh, the technology to make most advantages out of technology, right? So that's what the end goal is. So they are the vision, and then the goal is very neat, and then it is getting executed very well by all the executors below the who follows those directions, right? So I think that's the one which is bringing them up to speed, and then helping them staying out of. You talked about, right, the tool which is not user friendly or not right to the market, and the tool like Canva which is like doing better. So that's the difference what I see, right? Microsoft knows what people needs and what uh, which will help people, and we are trying to focus towards that. So that's the one which is helping them to stand out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to Microsoft's credit, they always making products. And I gotta say, for the most part, very relevant ones. You're right about they know what people need. editing videos. They have it. I forget the name of it. I think it's called Clip Champ. That's one of those popped up. Then there is, Microsoft Teams. This is not a Microsoft endorsement episode. I'm just letting you know, but I'm just telling you what's going on. I'm just stating the facts. Microsoft Teams for, video conferencing, chat, collaborations, even sharing files. Microsoft is a very good idea what people want, and I can tell they take the feedback very, very seriously. I don't always agree with their quality of the product, but I do know one thing. They try to serve their people. Sometimes I don't agree with it but I could tell that's their intent with their product because it's always hitting some mark. It's always hitting at least a general mark. They're not all they not not all of them shoot a bullseye, but they at least hit some sort of target. That's the way I see Microsoft's product. And they have a lot more than before, because before it was just, what were the main ones for Office Suite? Just Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. There's so much more now. I believe there's Access, there's Visio, there is Power BI, which is amazing. Power BI is actually, that's one I want to kind of replace PowerPoint at this point, but I use them too interchangeably because PowerPoint still got its purpose. And Publisher and Microsoft Planner, Microsoft Project. I mean, yeah, they're trying to. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I think their audience is more either casual tech users or even business tech users, because a lot of their products gears towards that. They're trying to address as many niches as possible within the context of, I'll say, mostly business. Yeah, that's why I'm going.
Yeah, every month I come to know one product. So last month I came to know that there's Microsoft Loop available to manage your project and things like that. So it's like it's a universe, right? There are a lot of products every day. There is a new product coming, and then that product is getting evolved. So it's very hard to keep track of it. But as there is a need arise, I go check if there is a product that's available. Then okay, I read through the product and then I start making, because it's very user friendly. You can just read through the product and go through all the documents, and within a day or two, you should be equipped with using that product. So.
Oh no, you're right. It's very hard to keep. I'm shocked. I remember a dozen of them. There's always something new popping up with Microsoft. Yeah, so I don't blame you if he can't keep up. I definitely can't keep up. There are A, B, C, D. There's a lot out there. Much more. If we compare from 2010s to even this decade, huge difference. I was able to keep up perfectly. Now it's just, oh my goodness, there is this. I still don't understand what the heck a Yammer is. There's even Publish, where it gives you articles. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with Microsoft. But this is not a Microsoft endorsement episode. I'm just stating what it is. Some of their products are good. And some products, it's just, it's okay. I never said it was a bad Microsoft product. That part is true. I just said some is just, I could find better. That's just me. That's just opinion. Just opinion, not a fact. So for you Microsoft fanboys and girls, don't come with your pitchfork and torches to try to destroy the show just because I'm a little critical. All right. So, but anything else you want to add before I wrap this up?
Yeah. So one last statement. What I wanted to say to your audience is, to our audience is, A is not something difficult, or A is not something costly, or A is not something very hard to learn. Right? It's very easy, and I would request everyone to start from what you are doing. Right? So I'm a tech person, so I do emails and I do team summarization. I want. So these are the places where I use AI day to day, and you may be using somewhere, you may be working on something else, right? Where there might be an opportunity to infuse AI and then get that job done in a right way or in a better way. So the things are different from each perspective or each point of view. So think through that and then see where your AI can use, and then just a little bit of learning should make you success in that infusement in AI infusement. So that's what I just wanted to say. Each and every person who wants to come into AI. So it's very easy. It's not costly, and it's very quick. You can learn it within a week or two, and then you can be a pro. So don't hesitate. Don't be hesitant, and don't stay away from it. That's going to cost you more when times evolve. So
Oh, yep. And one more thing, AI, it has a wide variety of uses. If you want to check in cybersecurity, for example, you go to one episode. You want to talk about the one that focuses on DEI. Yes, there is also AI users use it for DEI purposes. There's an episode for that. Type it, especially a Buzzsprout. I put keywords in there, so you get a different type of AI episode. Not all of them are the same. This is more just AI trends, products, and just how a developer sees the worthiness of an AI product. And not all of them are made equal. Just to be honest, some are made stupid and some are amazing. And some are just in between. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, this is more of a trends business and insight in terms of AI. So, it's fine. There's a little different nugget for each AI expert. That's why I just don't put, okay, I just want one expert. Nope, case closed. No, there's so much different angles of this. It is impossible to cover them all, but I think I want to cover the ones I think are insightful, at least. Not the ones that, I don't know, make you, dance in a very suggestive and inappropriate way. You do that at your own time, but just be careful who you share that with because it might bite you. But anyways, with that being said, I hope you gain some value, maybe a little more entertainment. It was definitely more calm. Not all episodes are going to be ha 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 or aggravated or dramatic, which is fine. This is more like a calm, professional kind of episode. And that's good because my audience are more, I've gained more professionals and definitely more the elders. So this is better for them. They'll need the drama. They'll need the fighting. I'm younger. I don't mind some of that, but this is better for them. So I thank you for that. You have that calm, very professional. So you're definitely going to attract a good portion of my audience for sure. The nicer part. I got the crazy audience as well. The crazy part. The crazy audience. Yeah, they get a snooze off that. Who cares? They got enough content. They got the old episodes that they could be entertained with. Alrighty then. So from wherever or whenever you decide to listen to this podcast and you survive this audio onslaught, you have a blessed day, afternoon, or night.